Hey, hi, welcome to Easy Tutorials, and in this video we'll be discussing about ribbons in Excel. So let's not waste any more time, and we have not actually wasted any time, and let's jump straight into Excel and see what ribbons are all about. And cat meme is coming up next. Moving onwards, let's get to the main point. This is how an Excel sheet will look like when you first open it. And when you open Excel sheet, the moment you open Excel file, it becomes an Excel workbook. It's not called an Excel file. It's called, when you click on it, it's called an Excel workbook. This is an Excel workbook. These are the different sheets of a workbook. So with those nomenclature clear, let's straight get into it. We have our file. This view on the top, this collection of tabs and buttons on the top is called the ribbon. So what is a ribbon? It is the buttons and tab that you see on the top of an Excel sheet or worksheet. Okay, so let's straight away dive into it, and I'm using this word a lot, pardon me, forgive me. So let's see what all these tabs are for. So let's begin with the home tab. The home tab has your text functions, your formatting options. Let's quickly go through them. You have your cut option, copy option, format painter option. So what does format painter do? It actually copies the format from the cell that you have pasted it on and copies it to the place that you click on. So let's see format painter. I had selected this cell and let's paste it here. So it copied the format of this cell and pasted it over here. So that's the use of format painter. Then we have our text functions. Font functions has their name, so we can use it to increase the text size, change the text type, bold, italic, underline. Then we have our background option, fill color of a cell. We have our color options, font color options. We can change the alignment to mid, center, and we can also indent it. Let's remove indentation. Then what is wrap text and margin center? So for example, we have to give a common header to all of these three. So we can either write type 1, then write type 1, and then again write type 1, which is a waste of time and even it's not good to look at. So what you can do is just write type 1 once and make all of this a single cell. So what you will click on, merge and center. So now this is a single cell. It's F8 only. There's no G8 or H8. Okay, so it's F8 now. So moving onwards, we have our number formats. These are the formatting option. For example, I want to change all of these three values into percentage. I can click on the percentage sign. Maybe I want to change it to a currency. Let's change it to dollar. We can change it to dollars. We have other currency options. We'll discuss all of this in detail too, so I'm just giving you a quick overview about all of them. Then we have our conditional formatting options, and now let's move towards the next tab. Okay, so home tab is done. We have our insert tab now. So what insert tab has, it has options for pivot table and charts. So it will be used for pivot table, shapes and charts. Other than that, insert is not majorly used. So you can create a pivot table with all the data. Pivot table is in fact another topic in itself. So let's just see what pivot table does. So it will create a pivot table. We can select values. It's a quite lengthy topic, so we'll cover it later on. So we have our pivot table. Then we have the option to insert table. Then we have chart options. We can convert any data into a chart. For example, let's take this data and convert it into a chart. And let's make another chart. You'll understand why I'm making another chart. Let's make a 2D line chart. Now we have two charts almost on top of each other, and you want this chart to be over this chart. Okay, so it's not something you'll generally want, but maybe you want one chart on top of the other. So you'll click on page layout. Now let's go to page layout view. So page layout tab has a very nifty option called bring forward and send backward. So I want this chart to be beneath that one, so I'll send it backward, and voila, it's done. This chart is now on top. let's call it chart on top, and that's chart on bottom, sadly. So moving onward, our page layout has other options too: background, margins, orientations, never used, not important. Moving onwards, we have our formula tab. So formula tab is a really important tab, but you'll never actually apply formulas from here because it's quite a lengthy process to apply it from here. You'll first find the formula. Let's go into it. Let's find some, and then you'll select a range, and then you'll apply it, and then click OK. So it's quite a lengthy process. Instead, in Excel, you basically click the is equal to sign when you are in a cell, which tells Excel that this is not a data and this is a formula, is equal to sign. Then you type the name of the formula you want. For example, I want sum. So sum. Now you'll enter a starting bracket, or you can just press tab. So it's saying you need number 1, number 2. So whenever number 1, number 2 comes, you can either input a range like this, or you can input a number itself and comma selected values. So I'll input a range, so it will be sum, this range, and just click on enter, and that's the sum. Why did the sum change? That because that was of this column and this is of this column. Also, these are random functions, so every time anything refreshes, these values change. We'll discuss about random functions too later on. Then we have our data column, data tab. Data tab has options to select external data. You have a filter and sort. Filter, sort, and remove duplicates option over here. So for example, let me enter let me enter hello again over here. Hello. So this is the duplicate of this hello. Let's apply remove duplicates on this. Continue with the current selection, remove duplicates. So it removed the second hello, which was a duplicate of the first one. Okay, so this is just a quick overview. Don't get sad or disheartened if you don't understand it. I'm just telling you what the tabs are for. Data tab contains remove duplicates. This is for your understanding, that you know which thing is where. So moving on, we have a review tab, and it basically contains your add comment option and protect sheet and workbook options. So you can insert a comment, hey, hi, hello. So that's your comment. Moving onward, we have our view options. Freeze panes is the only one you'll use a lot from here. Then we have our developer tab. So the option to enable tab or a developer tab resides in file. Go to file, options, and enable developer tab. So you'll go into customize ribbon and enable developer tab. In case it's not present on this side of the column, right side column, you'll have to manually click over here, add it to the right side, and then enable it. So then coming to the last tab and the most used tab, to be honest, is file tab. Here you'll save the files. You'll have the option to view info about a file. You'll have the option to save a file as, rent options, you have your share options, export options, publish options, close account options, and feedback. So this was all about the ribbons in Excel.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, share, and comment down below about what you would like to see next. Thank you for watching and stay tuned to Ease It.